Hello, sport fan. This is Stephen here with Sports Choice Plus. I'm bringing you a very special breakdown. I'm going to be covered on borrowed time. Before I get right into that, I'm going to make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel so you can get all the updates and all the breakdowns. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Looking at this NFL draft this weekend, we saw a lot of guys drafted, no matter from what college, no matter what state, no matter where you originally started your college from, hopped in the portal, going to the next level. You're looking at the NFL as truly a business. You don't know how long you have to play. The NFL basically stands for not for long. And oftentimes, with the flick of a card, if you will, an NFL team sees a player falling. They see a guy that possibly can fit their scheme or like their skill set, and all of a sudden, boom, with the such and such pick, the Detroit Lions take essentially the replacement Hendon Hooker for Jared Goff. When you're looking at Jared Goff and how he was traded from the Rams after being the number one overall draft pick and how he had a lackluster, time there for the most part, and now being shipped to the Lions where he did a pretty good job. They did miss the playoffs barely, but he did a great job keeping the Packers out the playoffs, and you see that they've taken a step in the right direction. But Hendon Hooker being drafted in the third round speaks high volumes. This speaks of almost like when Jalen Hurts was drafted and they had Carson Wentz. Because I'm just going to be honest with you. If Hendon Hooker wasn't hurt, if he didn't get hurt, remember last year at SEC, he was cutting up. Remember him and Jalen Hyatt was cutting up at Tennessee. He may have had a bad game here or there, but he transferred from Virginia Tech. I remember watching several games where he was a playmaker at Virginia Tech, carrying that Hokies team to wherever they needed to go. And then transferring over to Tennessee, and you're seeing exactly how his skill set, his leadership had Tennessee in the driver's seat to be in the national championship game before he got hurt. So when Hendon Hooker gets healed, I feel like by the first week of the season, he'll be back to normal duty as far as being able to participate. So I look at Jared Goff's contract and it being up possibly after this year if they don't reach an agreement. And I'm looking at, a year in this offense. It's a pretty good offense, let's face it. They're surrounding everybody with playmakers. Let's just talk about how they traded DeAndre Swift for a minute. But from the standpoint of, I'm looking at this Lions team. It's a pretty impressive team. They've got a couple of running backs. They just drafted one from Bama. And you're looking at overall what this means for this team. And I'm looking, and I'm just like, okay, what does it really mean? Because if I'm Detroit and I'm looking at this is an opportunity to really get a generational talent possibly. If Hooker wasn't hurt, I feel like from the standpoint, he would have been a top first round pick. Teams may have been concerned about his knee, but you got to think his character, the way that he carried himself, the pressure he took on while at Tennessee to be able to take that program, help turn it around, and get them in a position where now they're relevant. Those things are crucial. And you're looking at Jared Goff and saying, you can throw the ball well. You can lead a little bit, but I think this guy can beat you out. So you got to think. I think this is borrowed time. This is very much borrowed time. Because you got to think, the Detroit Lions, they want to go to the next level. What did Matthew Stafford have that Jared Goff didn't? The ability to make the play down the field. Yes, Jared Goff can make plays, but have we seen the best of Jared Goff? Probably. Hendon Hooker's younger. He's cheaper. Talent-wise, he may be better. So you got opportunities to really make something count. But right now, the clock is ticking. The Detroit Lions have a situation where they drafted somebody that possibly could be taking over in a year or less. Let the Detroit Lions struggle. Let Hendon Hooker get 6 or 7 games into this season and they start struggling. He's going to knock on Jared Goff's door. It's time for me to step up. Because I feel like the window for Detroit is right now. I don't think it's later. I think it's now. I think Detroit is tasting success and they're trying to build success now. The NFL draft is in Detroit next year. They don't want to be drafting in a low pick next year. They want to have made the playoffs. They want to have challenged for a Super Bowl right now. So all you Detroit Lions fans, get in there. All you Hendon Hooker and Jared Goff fans, get in there right now. Tell me what you think. Do you think the Detroit Lions drafted the right player? Is this a bad sign? Is this a bad omen? Will Jared Goff struggle? Leave your comments in the comment section below. Definitely check out Sports Choice Plus for all the breakdowns and other updates, and we'll see you on the next video.